after that landing, after a few days went by, we're all familiar with the iconic picture of the flag raising at Iwo Jima. Many of the Marines here remember all of the hoopla that went on with the ships out in the ocean and the troops all firing and the horns going off and guns going off.
I know.
Some Marines didn't experience that. Woody experienced a little bit of it, but if it's my understanding, Woody, at some point in time during that day, you got busy.
Yeah.
And I would encourage everybody to hop on their computer tonight and Google Woody's Medal of Honor citation, but I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. It had something to do with Marine Corps tanks not being able to reach their objective because there were a number of Japanese pillboxes that were thwarting their advance. And you jump in and you correct me if I'm wrong, Woody. So Woody assessed the situation, and being 5 foot nothing and what, about 140 pounds maybe?
Maybe 50.
Maybe 150. Woody runs back and grabs a 70-pound flamethrower, a bunch of satchel charges, some demolition stuff, and starts to answer the call about how to take out Japanese pillboxes. This wasn't a one-time deal, right, Woody? I mean, you went back a number of times. That flamethrower tank is empty. Give me another one. Throw 70 pounds on his back. Give me some more explosives, and up he goes. Make a long story short, things didn't end well for the Japanese that day. Not only including the men in the pillboxes, but there were actually some Japanese that tried to bayonet Woody, and Woody didn't take kindly to that either. And so they shed their mortal coil, and off they went. So Woody's single individual heroics that day eventually allowed the Marines to obtain their objective and proceed on. On March 6th that year, Woody got wounded and was awarded the Purple Heart. Later on, the Marine Corps, in their infinite wisdom, felt that the actions that day by Woody Williamson deserved the Medal of Honor. And so we're honored today to be in the presence of you, Woody.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, under the chapter of what have you done for us lately, Woody?
Well, I'm working on that. Yeah.
Woody decided that there were other ways in which he can continue to serve his fellow man. And Woody came up with the idea, and so appropriate and so obvious, that there should be something to recognize all Gold Star, not Gold Star mothers, Gold Star families. God bless the Gold Star mothers, but I've been in the presence of siblings of Gold Stars, and nobody speaks to them. Okay? Those children, brothers and sisters, are left to deal with grieving parents and doing their best to hold those families together. But where's his support mechanism? Where's at least a minimal amount of recognition that he's part of a large family of Gold Star families? And long story short, the Hershel Woody Williams Foundation was created to establish a mission statement that says monuments to Gold Star families should be erected at a minimum in all 50 states. And based upon my last readings of your website, Woody, you're pretty well on your way.
Well, this will make 19.
There you go.
Hey, nice going.
There you go. And so that's the reason why Woody is here, to see the fruits of not only his efforts, but the efforts of like-minded veterans groups. Tri-County Vietnam-era veterans certainly played an instrumental role in that. And so Woody's here today, and many of us will go down to Lafayette Park and witness that. God had a purpose for you, Woody.
Well, I hope so, and I hope I'm some way fulfilling that purpose.
Well,
Let me add one thing. He said I could jump in, didn't he? He opened the door. I had never heard of the Medal of Honor. I didn't know what it was, never seen one. And they don't tell you anything all during the process. The process started actually in April of '45 by my company commander. And he went to regiment with a recommendation that I be awarded the Medal of Honor. He had 4 other Marines who supported his recommendation and gave testimony as to what had happened that day. And he wrote up the first citation, if you will. It was changed a lot before it ever got through all the mishmash, but basically he wrote up the first recommendation. He did not put a word in there that had I had anything to do with it, I would remove. It says in the citation, he went forward alone. I didn't. I was not alone. Number one, I think God was with me. Number two, 2 Marines that day sacrificed their lives protecting me. So I wear this medal not for me. I wear it for them. I have said ever since I received it that I'm just the caretaker of this medal. It really belongs to those who sacrificed their life. You know, I didn't give mine, they did. So if they'd have come to me and said, do you approve this citation? I would have taken that one word, alone, out. It's just not fair to them. But for whatever reason, our country never got involved. Even communities where we have families that certainly sacrificed loved ones, the communities never did do anything. Now, they did a lot for us, you know, veterans memorials and veterans parades and all of this sort of thing. They do, most cities do a terrific job. But when it comes to those surviving relatives, we just never did do it. There is no explanation for it, really, as far as I know. It's just something that nobody ever started moving. And without my grandsons, Brian and Brent and Chad and these other boys that are working with me on this thing, I could have never done this. They do all the work, I get all the fun. That's the way it ought to be, shouldn't it? But thank you for what you said. And
well, there were, Iwo Jima was responsible for 1/3 of all the medals of honor that were awarded to the Marines in World War II.
yeah.
23, if I'm not mistaken.
27.
27.
And
27.
13 of us got home. The others gave their lives earning the medal. So 13 of us got home, and now, as it was said this morning, I'm the last.
You're the last.
13. So when I go, it's over.
Okay.
The fat lady has already sung.
Don't go. No, don't go. You're still a young man.
Thank you.
Well, we want to, speaking on behalf of everybody, I mean, it was a real honor and privilege to get to meet you, Woody, and get to know a little bit more about you and take the measure of the man, even though the Medal of Honor speaks volumes, but still, you take the measure of the man, and I don't think there's any question that you've led a very fruitful life, and it's one in which you're paying it forward. And this memorial today is certainly a fitting example of who you are, what you do, and what you mean to this community. So thank you very much for being with us.
It's not about me, it's about them.
Well said.
Really, if it weren't for them, we couldn't do what we're doing. If the community didn't become involved and do, it'd be impossible for one individual or any group of an individual to do all the things that are going on. We got about 41 communities in this country that are in the process of doing something about a memorial. Right now, West Virginia has 5. I didn't have anything to do with that except one. In my hometown, I felt obligated to my hometown because they treated me royally when I came home. I couldn't have been treated any better. And I had never done anything for my hometown. I lived every place else but my hometown after I came back. So I personally put in a Gold Star Family Memorial Monument in my hometown, representing my hometown. And so we have 5. Kentucky has 3, Ohio has 3, Florida has 2, New York already has 1, Rochester, they've got 1 in Rochester.
Mhm.
Nice one. And this will make 3 in New York, here and Romulus, whatever, plus Rochester. So, the communities, they are the people that are doing this. All we did was give them an idea and maybe a little bit of assistance. Our foundation tries to give, well, we haven't failed yet, of giving $5,000 to any community that is willing to take on the project. We'll give them $5,000 as a seed money to start raising money.